Hello, and welcome back to our flow with Catherine. I'm Catherine. And today we've got a nice yoga flow that incorporates a lot of strength building as well as stretch at the same time. So we're going to move maybe a little slower at points, more slowly than perhaps we're used to. And at other points, we are going to pay special attention to how we're moving rather than just getting into the shapes. So I hope that you enjoy it. We are going to start in a child's pose on our mats. So take a second, get what you need to feel comfortable. I'm going to just put my music on so I can get in the zone a little bit more. Awesome. All right. So it's so good to have you back. Find your way onto your mat, a child's pose of your choice. I'm going to take wide-legged child's pose. And take a moment to arrive, to settle here. Let your head be heavy towards or resting on the ground. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Deep breath in and sigh it all out. You've arrived at yoga. You've already done perhaps 90% of the work by just showing up and committing. We're going to press up onto our hands and knees into a tabletop position. Good. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, and a nice long neutral spine. Take a moment to find this position, make any adjustments to square the hips and shoulders, and gently rotate the arms so that the creases of the elbows are facing front. So rather than them facing each other, rotate them so they're facing the front. We're going to inhale, right arm lifts high in the sky. Exhale, weave it underneath the left arm, thread the needle. Several breaths here. Still warming up, settling in. At your next inhale, slowly unwind, reach that right arm high in the sky. And exhale, plant it underneath that right shoulder. Take a couple rounds of cat and cow. On your next inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Begin to lift the left hand high in the sky. Exhale, we weave it underneath the right and thread the needle on the other side. Inhale, unwind that arm, reach towards the sky. Exhale, lower it down, cat-cow. And slow down your cat and cow here and feel into the shoulder blades as we come into our cow pose. Feel those shoulder blades pulling towards one another. And on the exhale, feel the shoulder blades separate and press away from each other. And take any other movement you would like here. Maybe some wrist stretches by turning the fingers out and bringing the wrists together and bringing some movement into this shape. Maybe you want to tuck the toes so the toe creases get a little bit of a stretch. Wherever you are, take 3 to 5 cycles of breath to just move your body in a way that's gentle and feels good. And when you've had enough, we're going to come back into our tabletop position, neutral spine, neck is long. You take a breath in, and on an exhale, lifting the right knee towards your nose. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left knee lifts towards your nose. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, right knee. Inhale, back. Exhale, left knee. Send it back. Take a breath here. Exhale, you're going to tuck the toes and lift the knees just an inch off the ground. One breath in. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, back one more time. Each leg. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, back. This time go as slow as you can. Exhale, left. Send it back. Lower the knees. Untuck the toes. Child's pose. Inhale, lifts your body back into tabletop. Walking those hands forward about a palm print. Tucking the toes behind you. My shirt. Tuck the shirt in, tuck the toes, and begin to lift the hips high in the sky, nice and slowly, really allowing the leg muscles to open up. Don't force straight knees before you're ready. Oh, my socks left a lot of lint on my feet. It's very beautiful. Then walk out the knees. And come into stillness. Deep breath in through the nose. Long sigh out through the mouth. One more just like that. We're going to gaze forward. Come onto our toes. Lift the hips as high as you can and begin to walk those feet, keeping hips high. Feet towards hands, settling hips width distance apart, and fold. Keep a nice bend in those knees as our first fold of practice. Option to reach for opposite elbows and gently sway side to side. Release those arms, ground through the feet. Begin to roll on up, slowly, 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 feeling into the uncurling of the body. Inhale to reach those arms high in the sky. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Take a moment, close your eyes. I'm just going to adjust my camera. Good. One more breath, hands at heart. And begin to open your eyes, bend your knees, reach those arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, nice and slow. Exhale, fold. Take that one more time. Inhale, halfway. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Feel the belly button pulling towards the spine, creating space for you to fold over. You're going to plant the hands. Step right leg back. left leg, high plank. Begin to lower the knees. Take a breath in, shifting the heart between the elbows. Creases turn towards the front. Exhale, lower to a low plank. Hover. And then press through either cobra or upward dog. And tuck those toes. Find your way into downward. When you arrive, deep breath in. Long, heavy sigh out. One more. Then your next inhale. And then lift, make a little more space. Lift the right leg into the air. Exhale, we're gonna shift forward into cheetah pose. Hover. Deep breath in. Exhale, you're gonna place the right foot on the outside of the right hand. Lower the left knee. Lizard pose. Take a moment to elongate the back of your neck, sending that heart out. Blocks are really nice for extra support here. Take a couple of breaths. Good. One more. Inhale here, really feeling into that right hip crease. And begin to plant your hands. Lift the back leg. Send the front leg back into the sky. Three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah pose. Step it through. Both hands, lower the back leg. Low lunge. Send that body up. Arms may lift. Breathe. Feel into that open front body, squaring the hips. Drawing the rib cage towards each other. So you're not really splayed out, but really everything is very compact. And exhale, plant the hands on either side of that front leg, lifting the back knee, send the right leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, lower down, downward facing. And shift into your high plank or low plank. Hover in that low. Move through cobra or upward dog. Come on back into your downward. Well done, well done. On your next inhale, lifting the left leg into the air. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah pose. One breath here. Exhale, you're gonna step that left leg on the outside of the left hand. Lower the back knee, lizard pose. Take a couple of breaths here. Press the heart through the arms. Find length in the spine. Gaze is ahead. Good. Allow yourself to open here. Take your time. One more breath. Can we get a little more stretch in the back body? Exhale, plant the hands, lift the back knee, send the front leg back, three-legged dog. Next inhale, cheetah pose. Exhale, step it through, lower the leg, low lunge. Perhaps the arms lift, drawing the ribs together, shoulders down and back. A really triumphant expression here in the upper body. Everything is still steady. Exhale, begin to lower the hands to frame the front foot. Lifting the back knee, deep breath in. Exhale, send the left leg back high in the sky. And gently lower it down. Downward dog. Inhale, shifting into high plank. Slowly find the low plank and press through. And we'll meet in our downward facing dog. Deep breath. Inhale, right leg high in the sky. Turn out that knee, let the heel drop towards the left butt cheek. Maybe you make a couple of little circles with that right knee. And then we square it again, and we're gonna step that right leg to the outside of the right pinky right away. Lizard pose. Good, you have the option if you'd like to keep the back knee lifted and take any variation of lizard that you like. Maybe back knee drops. Maybe forearms slowly come to the ground. Take whatever works for you. Pressing that heart through the arms for a little bit of length in that back body. Good, right toes can be slightly turned towards the upper right corner. And the knee, you're welcome to allow that knee to drop slightly towards the right side if that's comfortable for you. One more breath. On an exhale, planting those palms on the ground, lifting the back knee. Inhale here. Exhale, power move. Send that front leg back high in the sky. Three-legged dog. Bending that heel towards the butt. If you'd like to keep going, allow that right leg to drop, drop, drop to the floor, lifting right arm up, wild thing. If not, just allow that hip to remain open. Then gentle drop in the hips to get a little momentum. Launch yourself back up. Three-legged dog. One breath in. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah pose. Inhale, strong here. Exhale, plant that foot in between. Option to keep the back leg straight this time. Rise up, crescent lunge. Whew. Really manipulate the floor with your toes. If you find yourself wobbling, like I often do, I'll press my big toe mound into the floor. Deep breath in. Back heel pressing towards the back wall. You can have a slight bend in that back knee. Squaring the hips. One more breath. Exhale, lowering those hands to frame the front foot. Stepping front leg back. Move through your chaturanga. Pressing first through that low plank and then finding your flow. Begin to drop the knees, send the hips back, take a break, child's pose. Reconnect with your body. Notice where you're generating some strength. Maybe one side feels differently than the other. Inhale, come on back to a tabletop. Begin to prep your body for downward facing dog. And when you're ready, we will all meet there together. 2 full cycles of breath at the top. Inhale deeply. Sigh it out. One more deep breath in. And release deeply. Gonna inhale, lifting the left leg into the sky. Exhale, we're gonna bring it down the outer edge of the right hand into a lizard on the left side. You can turn out the left toe slightly. You can allow that knee to open a little bit if you like. Otherwise, you can keep that knee pressing in towards the left arm. And then take any variation of lizard that you like here. Trying to find a little bit of that cow shape. So if you find you're really arched in that cat arched back position, begin to draw those shoulder blades towards each other a little bit more, shining that heart outward in whatever variation you took. Whew. Allow yourself to settle here. Lizard can be very intense, but you control the intensity, right? So drop that knee maybe, or come back onto the palms. If you find yourself really at your edge and it's hard to maintain. One more breath. Energetically drawing those thighs towards each other, begin to plant the hands, one breath in, and strong move, exhale, send the left leg back high in the sky. Oh, I forgot to do a hip opener. We'll do a hip opener here. Let that left heel drop towards your right butt cheek, pressing in with the right arm even stronger. Good. Couple circles if you like. And then from here, if you'd like to continue, you can allow that left foot to drop behind you, reaching the left arm into the sky. Wild thing. Whew. Bending into the hips a little bit so you can spring back up. Three-legged dog. Breath here. Exhale, knee to nose, strong cheetah. Feel the curl of the abdomen. Feel that cat pose of the upper back. And then in one or several steps, step it between your hands. Option to keep the back knee straight. You can always drop the back knee down. Begin to rise into your crescent lunge. Use some manipulation with the toes on the floor to ground you. Drop the shoulders, knitting the ribs towards each other. Triumphant posture in the upper body. Have a slight bend of the back knee. And on your next exhale, framing the front foot with that hand, send the left leg back into the sky. Lower it down. Moving into your chaturanga. Find your low plank. And then press through. Ooh, dropping the knees, sending the hips back. Take a breath. Moving on an inhale through your tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. One breath here. Exhale completely. Gaze forward, bend the knees, lift the hips. Either walk with high hips or bend deeply and bring those legs forward in a hop or several hops. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, drawing the belly button towards the spine. So the belly button is like going up towards the ceiling, which creates a little space for the fold. And then bend the knees, roll up like you're moving through Jell-O. There's a little bit of resistance. Roll up one vertebra at a time. Roll the shoulders back. Reach those arms up. Tall, shining mountain. Exhale, hands to heart, take a breath. Let that breath nourish you, replenish you. And we begin again. Blink open those eyes. Tuck in any shirts you need so you don't scandalize your audience. I'm just gonna get like suspenders or like just a unitard to like walk on. Like a really old-timey bathing suit. Anyway, inhale, arms up. And really feel into the length before we fold it up. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Find that line pulling in both directions, crown of the head to tailbone. Exhale, nice and lazy, forward fold. You're gonna plant the hands, bend the knees a lot so that you can tilt the tailbone up towards the sky. And from here,
You can come on a little bit to the balls of your feet and walk little steps back into your high plank, or you can stack shoulders over wrists, get a little spring, and basically try to lift those hips high up so you can jump those feet back right into your low plank. It's a little tricky, so if you want to take a second and play around with that, feel free. The trick in all of the options is those high hips, so that way no matter where your legs are going or how they're going, there's room because your hips have lifted off the ground. If you're jumping back, try to land in that low plank, just so you don't like land onto straight elbows. So bend into the landing if you're springing back. High hips, gaze slightly ahead. God, I think I get like one of those in me a week. Wherever you are, slowly make your way back into your downward facing dog. Let's take a moment, make sure everybody has arrived. Again, index fingers pointing forward, creases of the elbows forward here. So you might even have to turn out the hands a little bit more. Inhale, right heel into the sky. Exhale, cheetah pose. Inhale to maintain. Exhale, step it through, crescent lunge. Square the hips. On an exhale, you're going to straighten the front leg, plant the back leg on the ground, slight turn out of the toes. Hands going to reach behind you for opposite elbows. Inhale long. Exhale, wide-legged pyramid. You can have a slight bend in the front leg. I have hamstring issues. I have all these issues. So I like to bend my knees so I don't like bend my muscles in a weird way. Having a micro bend in your knees, I say this all the time, it's highly recommended no matter what you're doing because it engages the muscles, makes the muscles work a little bit more to support the position rather than your bones. So use the muscles, that's what they're for. They are to hold and support you. Let your neck relax. And then use it, finding strength in that front leg. Begin to press your body up. Whew. Arms up past your ears, lifting back heel, squaring the hips, crescent lunge. You might have to wiggle a little bit to find it. We're gonna move into our warrior three. So get ready. So inhale long. Exhale, begin to spring off the back leg. Hands can come to prayer in front of your heart or wherever there is room. Manipulate the floor with that supporting leg. Back leg, toes are pointing down, not out to the side. Take a deep breath wherever you are. Exhale, we're gonna bend the back knee and bring it through, knee to chest. Woo. Hover, 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 and then ever so deliberately, slowly, slowly lower that left leg down next to the right leg, so feet touch. Woo. Keep bending those knees when you get there. Reach those arms out or up, chair pose, weight in the heels. Oh yeah. And then exhale, forward, fold, release it all. Nice bend in the knees if you like. Do a little sway of the body. You're gonna plant the hands. Same thing as before. Lift those hips as high as you can. Maybe you walk the legs out into your high plank and then move through low plank. Or maybe you really bend, shoot those hips in the air, bend those elbows as you land. Or not, you know. We're all at different parts of our journey. This is a journey I often don't try to even take. And whenever you're ready, nice and slow, take your time getting there. Downward facing dog. Whew. Any little movements at the top to get more embodied. That was a lot of things. When you're ready, inhale left heel up. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah. Inhale here. Exhale, strong. Step it through. Find your crescent lunge. One more breath. Exhale, lower the arms. Reach opposite elbows. Back heel is going to lower and toes are going to turn slightly out to the right. Squaring the hips, straighten the front leg. Inhale here. Get length. Exhale, belly button draws to spine. Wide-legged pyramid. Relax the neck. Use the toes to help with balance. Gentle bend in the front knee. Or both knees. All about the bends. The bends. In yoga, the bends are good. In scuba diving, the bends are very bad. One more breath. Let that neck relax. Give it a break for a second. And then feeling strong in that front leg. Press that body away. Got a little bit of vertigo. We're going to lift the arms past the ears. Lift the back heel. Square the hips. Lunge into the front knee. Crescent lunge. From here, warrior three. So just kind of get your mind right for that launch forward. And it's okay if your leg goes an inch off the ground. Like, a lot of it is once you get the concept, you can really play with height and making it look fancy. It's those initial foundational steps. So if that's where you are, take your time with them. Once you master them, you'll be like, oh, I have so much more freedom to move in the way that, that I'd like to move. So one more breath. And exhale, begin to launch off that back leg. Again, if that launch takes a couple steps, maybe you just rock back and forth and find yourself landing on that front leg. And then as you get used to it, with everything, it's just practice. It's just getting your body used to it. You'll be able to lean that heart forward, flex the back toes towards the ground, square the hips. One more breath here. On an exhale, gentle bend in the supporting leg as you bring the right leg through, knee towards chest. One breath. Relax the shoulders. And then bending, begin to lower right leg next to left. Keep bending when you get there. Find your chair. One breath in. Oh, there's an ant on my ceiling. I have so many ants. I don't know what is going on. Send me recommendations in the comments. And then exhale, forward fold. Like, why would they be on the ceiling? Like, I don't have crumbs up there. That's like the one place there aren't crumbs. Alas. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And from here, you can take a vinyasa or you can just roll up. I know there's a lot of strength and release in this flow. So if you just kind of need a release moment, that's good for your body too. Inhale, arms up. And then just exhale, lower at your side. Let's just wait for our friends who might be doing the vinyasa flow. Invite my friend the ant to do some yoga with us. Take stock of the stillness. And begin again. Bend your knees, reach your arms up. We're going to go a little faster this time. Same thing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, hop with high hips or step. Those legs back. Find your little chaturanga. All right. Heart forward. Downward facing dog. One cycle of breath when you arrive. Next, inhale, right heel lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge, square the hips. Exhale, hold. Inhale, plant the back leg, turn out the foot, arms reach behind, straighten up. Exhale, fold, pyramid. Inhale, arms back up, square the hips, bend the front leg. Exhale, warrior three. Or wherever you are in warrior three. It took me like 3 years to get this far. One breath in. Exhale, bend through both knees, sending left knee towards the chest.
Exhale, lower down, chair pose. Inhale to hold, find your stability. Exhale, fold, let it go, let it loose, shake out the arms, well done. Plant the hands, hop, step, or jump those legs back. Find your chaturanga. We will meet in downward dog. There is no rush. Once you arrive, take a breath. Always take a breath. Even if you have to remind yourself every time you tell yourself, take a breath. Catherine, breathe. Breathe, girlfriend. And then inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it right through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hold. Inhale, plant the back heel, straighten front leg, arms reach behind. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift everything back to crescent lunge. Exhale, launch. Woo! Warrior three. One breath here. Exhale, bend through both knees, sending right knee towards chest. And then on your next breath, lowering that leg so slowly, so deliberately, find your chair. Weight in heels. Breath in. And then the release, the letting go, the spaghetti arms. Take what you need at the bottom here, little wiggle. Good. And plant your hands, stepping one foot back and then the other. Chaturanga. Find your breath in downward dog. Option to walk or hop those feet forward. Again, if you're hopping, come onto the balls of your feet. Lift those hips high, bend your knees, gaze ahead where you want to go. When you spring up, lift the hips. I'm still working on that as well, but that is the wise counsel I received. And then just roll up. No pressure roll, just come on up. The air is light. You are just free in the air, unrolling. Roll back the shoulders. Take a moment in mountain. Excellent. So now we're going to come, you can face any way that feels good for you, doing a couple standing leg holds. So you're going to plant the left heel on the ground. Bring the right knee up. If you can, using your peace fingers, reach for the index toe, the thumb. What is it? The big toe, the thumb of the foot. Peace fingers around the big toe. Alternatively, hand at your shin. Find whatever works. Then you're gonna just press that heel forward a little bit. Maybe your leg gets straight, maybe it doesn't. Mine is not straight right here. You're just pressing and then pushing back in that left hip so it's square. So you're not like pulling the hip out of the socket. This is not about having the perfect straight legs, but about feeling the engagement. Left hand on hip. Take a couple breaths. If you're holding your shin, feel that leg pressing out from your hand and your hand is almost pushing it back in. Wherever you are, one more breath. Exhale, send it slowly down your leg. Deliberate, deliberate, deliberate. And then shake it out. Good work. Any little movements. If you're having trouble balancing, do that floor manipulation again with the toes. Really focus on the big toe mound. I have these like tiny feet, and I find it's really hard for me to balance sometimes. It's also probably like, I'm anxious all the time. I need to chill. However, it is a couple little tips. You can step off the mat onto a surface that is harder. And even that like slight, eighth of an inch difference often does make a difference. So if you want to find a hard surface, if you want to be near a wall, so if you're like, oh, I'm so close, you could just kind of put a couple fingers on the wall and get your balance again. Lots of ways to get there. And get ready for the other side. So inhale here, planting right foot on the ground.
Begin to lift left knee towards your heart. Taking your peace fingers on the left hand, you can reach for the big toe or reaching for shin. Wherever you are, right hand is on your hip. And you begin to press the left heel away. Keeping the hips square, so as your heel is pushing away, your hip is pushing back, so it's aligned with the right hip. Good. A couple of breaths here. Pulling that shoulder back a little bit. Ooh, and then as steady as you can, send it back down. Whew, shake it out. Well done. From here, feet are together. You're gonna bend your knees, hop them out wide leg. You might need to open them a little wider than you think. Hands on your hips. Inhale, heart up. Exhale, forward fold. If you'd like, you can plant your hands on the floor. Good. And this is just a release. So just be somewhere where you can kind of hang, allow your muscles to stretch and open without any force. Let your neck be loose. And then you're going to inhale, halfway lift here. Exhale, bend of the knees, roll on up. Inhale, arms out, back. Sliding right off. And then exhale again, we're gonna fold. Hands come to the floor. See if you can bend your knees enough that you can plant your palms and then walk them under your legs with bent elbows. So fingers pointing front, elbows bent. And maybe you bend your knees so much, hands are under shoulders, you can almost set your thighs on the elbows. Thighs on upper arms. Almost like your elbows being bent to provide like a little shelf. So from the side, my hands are behind my ankles, my knees are bent, my booty is sticking out, and then I'm gonna bend my elbows and just send my weight backwards. If you fall, that's literally, I think that's like a requisite for this. So just find, so I have my elbows straight and then I bend them, creases pointing forward. Just kind of hang out. Maybe eventually you can lift a foot or two off the ground. Find whatever you like here. Good, and then walk those hands forward. Halfway lift. Exhale. Woo. Roll on up. Bend your knees. Jump or heel toe, those feet back together. I'm just gonna take my right foot out to the front, out to the side, out to the back, cross it behind, and come into a position where my left leg is over my right leg. So both legs are bent, left knee is stacked over the right. Heels can be as close to your hips or as far away from your hips as you like. I like to hold onto my feet when I do this, but blocks, the floor, whatever is supportive. Inhale up, and then exhale, melt forward. For some, this can be a very intense experience in your hips, so adjust your feet accordingly. Pulling them further out often makes it more intense. Pushing them further in, pulling them closer, often relieves some of that tension. Find your happy spot. On your exhale, can you mindfully release the hips a little bit more? Of course, our muscles are tight to protect us. If we were loosey-goosey all the time, we would have like no structure. We'd be getting injured left and right. There's a reason our muscles are tight. So we don't want to just like make them into rubber, but sometimes they work a little bit overtime. And we're just trying to say, hey, this is a gentle stretch. We're not going to overdo it.
Relax a little bit. And then inhale, use your hands to press yourself up. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale back to center, right arm up. Exhale, twisting to the left. You might feel the twists in the hips as well. And while you're twisting, maybe you can draw the shoulder blades towards each other. So the twist really happens in the lower body rather than the shoulders. Shoulders are so vulnerable. And then exhale, come on back. Carefully uncross the legs, shake them out. And as carefully as we can, we'll do the other side. So bottom leg is the right leg this time, and you're just gonna cross the left leg over however you get there. Find the positioning of your feet that works. Inhale, long spine, shoulders drop. And then exhale, ease into it. Ease in, ease in. I just feel like my arms, I'm like about to do like a thumb war. I'm like, whoo, whoo. A nice place for your arms though is palms down. I just always like the edges of my arms on the ground. It just makes me feel more stable. But I say it's generally recommended that palms are down if you're placing them on the ground, and that your arms are aligned. So it's like a little right angle from your elbow to your hands. I'm sorry, shoulders to your hands. Exhale, send that gentle encouragement to your hips to relax. You can do it, hips. You don't have to do it all. And then inhale to press your body up. Exhale at the top. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, twisting to the left. And then exhale, release. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, twisting to the right. And then on exhale, release. And as you untangle the legs, you're gonna keep the knees lifted. I'm gonna pivot so you can see. Hug underneath the legs. Get that heart towards the knees, shoulders pressing towards each other. And maybe you lower the hands. Maybe you lift one or two hands. Navasana, boat pose. Good. Exhale, you're gonna cross one leg over the other. Plant your hands by your sides, get strong. Maybe we lift our booties off the ground for a second. Good, one more time. Navasana, boat pose. Wherever that is for you. And then exhale, crossing your legs. Hands out of side, maybe lift our hips, maybe our feet too. And then come on down. And let's bring our knees to our chest and just rock. You can rock forward and backwards. You can rock side to side. Side to side. Just a little gentle rock. From here, lowering the soles of the feet to the ground. We're gonna take one bridge, so walking those heels towards your booty. Inhale to lower the belly button towards the spine. Exhale, lift. Feel if the knees are splaying out. Draw them in line with the hips. Pressing into the big toe mounds. One more breath. And exhale, carefully lower, slow, slow, slow. Crossing right ankle over left, arms out to the side. Allow those that foot to drop towards the left side. If you need to make any adjustments to this twist, straightening any legs, feel free. You can always straighten the bottom leg. Endeavoring towards both shoulders moving towards the ground. Shoulder blades, I should say. Inhale, lift that figure four back up. Exhale, both soles of the feet on the ground. Inhale, crossing left ankle over right thigh. Exhale, allowing those legs to drop to the right side, making any adjustments here. Allow yourself to feel a little heavier. That sort of sleepy heaviness right before you drift off to bed, to dreamland. The eyelids are heavy and your breath is smooth and consistent and slow. Inhale, lifting those legs, unhooking the ankle. One more hug in. Maybe you lift your chin. You become the smallest, densest little ball that you can become. And on an exhale, you just melt it all out, like Alex Mack in the 90s. Just turn into a puddle. Find whatever's comfortable for you. You can be on your belly, you can be on your side, you can be on your back, you can be on your bed. Shavasana, rest. Wherever you are, empty out your lungs and take in a full, deep, brand new breath. Inside out. Begin to invite small movement back to the body, letting them be small, and then perhaps movements grow. Allow yourself to stretch if that feels good, to rock and roll if that feels good. When you're ready, perhaps we come into a fetal shape on our side, or we just lie in our Shavasana for a moment more. At your next inhale, use your hands to press your body back up into an easy seated position, hands at your heart. Imagine facing each other like a circle, community. Inhale, send those thumbs to the center of the forehead. Exhale, gently bow forward in honor of this class, this practice, yourself and each other. I offer you namaste, and I really appreciate you joining me for this morning flow. I hope to see you all soon, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Take care.